It's Wombat Jones for Flow Sports, Flow Grappling, Flow Combat, Ramen Chokehold coming into you hot. I'm here with a very, very special guest. Going down next Friday is a world record attempt. I'm not going to spoil it for you, as I'll introduce you, and I'm here with Damien Todd. How you going, Obi?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going fantastic, mate. Now, thanks for joining me, and I'm lucky I've caught you because you've just told me that you're now less than 1 week away from what's going to be a world record attempt for the Guinness Book. So why don't you let me know what's going on?
Yeah, sure. So 22nd of February, next Friday, starting at midday, I'm going to attempt to grapple against 228 people during a period of 24 hours, 5 minutes each with a minute break and a short break at the 4 hour point to change gi, get some sustenance, and then slap and bump and away we go again. Rinse and repeat 5 times.
Now, why don't you give me a little bit of background then? That's super crazy. Like, how long have you been in jiu-jitsu? What's your current belt and all that sort of thing?
So I've been in jiu-jitsu actually from the beginning of May for about 5 years, but I had just shy of 2 years break. In fact, next week would be 3 years of mat time. I did some MMA many years ago, but when I started jiu-jitsu 2014 here in Adelaide with the gi, I promoted to blue belt after about 10 and a half months. I think military mentality just kill everything, and that worked. And then I had a break because I had spinal surgery because I lost the feel in my legs and my arms. Long story, but when I came back to it, I've got a triple fusion in my neck, which changed my game, developed my bottom game, which is great. And I'm now a purple belt of some 5 weeks ago. So I'm really pleased and proud to be a purple belt after a relatively short time. So whether people think I'm a true purple belt, I think some people might say, yeah, I'm a pain in the ass.
Well, I think after this next sort of BJJ Kumite you're going into, I think we'll definitely find out. Now, you're not doing this just to get in the record books, mate. We're doing this for a reason, and this is the reason why we have you on here. So why don't you let everyone know, actually, what's the drive behind this?
Yeah, sure. So it's the world record is actually it's of no consequence. It's a bit of a draw. It's a bit of a highlight. But for me, the draw has been awareness for preventing suicide and people with mental health issues, PTSD, of which I've suffered for many years. And then secondly is to raise money for Are You OK? And then thirdly, the world record. Current total is around about $12,500. And that's off the back of only not even 200 donations. It's been amazing. The title is 100,000. So ideally, everybody that listens to this just donates, just a coffee. We'll kill that. We'll knock it out of the park. We're the biggest fundraiser ever for BJJ and for suicide and health prevention, regardless of where you are in the world. This is super important worldwide. Let's do this.
Now, it's just a perfect time to be doing something like this. I mean, I was just down in UFC 234 down in Melbourne, and I was covering the event for Flow Combat, and Nadia Kassem and also Shane Young both spoke about in their interviews to me, and I went into it a little bit deeper with Nadia about their recent struggles with their mental health. They actually had to take some time away from the cage and all that sort of thing, and they actually spoke out about it. I think even Shane, on his post-fight speech, really sold the show when he basically said, if you're struggling out there, hit me up on Instagram. So I really think this is like a very important time to be doing something like this. And so what's your main drive for this? Obviously, like you said, you've struggled with it. I've struggled with it myself from time to time. And, what's really, kicking you on to do this thing?
I think realistically, and I actually did send Shane a message to Instagram because I watched the post and I thought this is so right and just. And the thing is about it for me is that everybody at some point will suffer, that regardless of where you're from, if not directly somebody close to them. And the important thing for me is that you will, and if you don't, then you're very, very lucky, very, very lucky. So it will affect everyone. It's one of the few things that in life it will affect you, even if it's just a momentary lapse. It's debilitating, and rather than just suffering silence, you think, you think you're weak. Well, as a 22-year veteran of the British Royal Marines, I'm definitely not weak, but I'm not scared to say, you know what, I suffer with mental stresses, illnesses, and that's okay. And I think that's empowering for people. It's more courageous than it is weakness, regardless of what you think. I promise you, why would you suffer when you don't have to? When there's plenty of systems in place, and Are You OK? Are just one base model to look at to say, hey, what can I do here? Because it's really hard. Let's get behind these people who are suffering. And if you're suffering, reach out to somebody. It's okay to be in that place, but it isn't just to keep it quiet, because you will continue to suffer. I waited a lot of years before I helped. I reached out to people, and I'm so much better for it.
And I think it's also very important, because it's also very easy to say, reach out to someone, but it's also important to sort of, point people directly to the path of where they can get help. Now, obviously, like you said, you're raising money for Are You OK, which is a charity here in Australia. I think we have an Are You OK Day. And it's actually also, I seen in the news, actually the Are You OK ambassador a few months ago, actually, unfortunately, lost her battle with mental illness and depression. So, this is really something that even the people who are coming out and trying to help this, they're still struggling. We're still struggling with it. So, it's an ongoing thing. It's, my mother also suffers with it. So it's a big deal. And I really just hope that, people can at least, notice what you're doing down there in the belly in Adelaide, and and maybe just chip in a couple of bucks here or there. Now, if they can and if they want to, where can they do that, mate?
Sure. I mean, the best place to donate is if you go to the Are You OK Heroes and find the Roll Around the Clock page for there. But if you go to my website, which is www.tfoi, that's Tango Foxtrot Oscar India.com.au, donate there. But also, if you go to the Facebook page or the Instagram page is of The Force of Inspiration. That's my own pages, which we've kind of taken over to push this message. And even if you can't find anything, hit me up with a message. Please, please, please donate. Let's help support these people who quite literally save lives. We can all do that, and to be part of something where you're actually saving a life is, I think, very humbling. It's part of our duty as human beings to do that. There's nothing better or more gratifying than helping other people, in my opinion, at least.
And no one better than this community to get behind it. The combat / jiu-jitsu community where the struggle is the whole game. So hopefully we can get behind it. Now, also you're streaming it, so for the Guinness Book of Records, you've got to bend over and do backwards and go through hoops and stuff like that. So you've got a live stream going on. It's going to be going for the whole 24 hours. Where can people watch that, and how can they get behind you like that? Maybe just even send keep going, mate, because I've got a funny feeling you're gonna need it.
Oh boy, can you even imagine? So the message that I've had, and I've said this to so many people: good luck, you're an idiot, or hey, I'm suffering, what can I do? So, and I've responded to most, if not all. There's always going to be the haters, but you know what? They keep on doing their thing. They actually helped them inspire me more. The best place to watch a live stream would be through find the link. We're going to do it through YouTube because that we can have a constant stream. But again, Force of Inspiration, to find the links a bit closer to the date. We'll go live probably around about 11:15 on February the 22nd. But Force of Inspiration, the Instagram and the Facebook page are going to be the best place, or indeed the website. And just click on the link, and then you'll be able to watch me in agony for 24 hours. I can't think of anything more boring watching me just shrimping underneath somebody, at 3 o'clock in the morning. But if nothing else is on TV, come and watch me suffer, because that'd be quite amusing for many people, I'm sure.
Well, we'll definitely make sure that we put the links up in articles and things like that. So, mate, well done. Congratulations. It's a great thing that you're doing. I can only get it behind it 100%, and hopefully, more people in the community do as well. So, mate, I'll be watching you next Friday, and I'll definitely be sending some messages of support. So, well done, mate, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Wombat. Thank you again for your time to put the message out there. I've been humbled with the amount of people, great people that have been helping do that. Because without you, I'm just a random guy shrimping around under a lot of sweaty people. So thanks. And again, please, 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 even if you don't like me, support the cause. This is about something much better and greater than all of us. So please help me out, help the guy out, and help those people out. And let's save lives.